On the morning of August 24th, 79 AD, a baker named Felix lit his oven in Pompeii. By midnight, his city would vanish, and his bread would outlive the Roman Empire. Pompeii was no backwater. 20,000 people, theaters, fast food counters, and rooftop gardens. A resort town where wealthy Romans came to escape the capital. Felix walked streets paved with stepping stones, past election slogans painted on walls, and a mosaic by a doorway warning. In Latin, beware of the dog. In his bakery, he stamped each loaf with his mark, slid 81 of them into the oven, and sealed the iron door. He would never open it again. The warning signs were everywhere, and nobody read them. Springs had gone dry, dogs howled all night, small tremors rattled cups. Pompeii was used to earthquakes. Looming over it all, a green and pleasant mountain covered in vineyards. Vesuvius had slept so long that the people of Pompeii had no word for volcano. At 1 in the afternoon, the mountain tore open. A column of ash punched 20 kilometers into the sky, shaped, one witness wrote, like a colossal pine tree. Day turned to night in minutes. The sun vanished behind the cloud, and a gray snow of ash began to fall on 20,000 ordinary lives. Thousands fled toward the sea, but thousands stayed, sheltering under roofs, waiting for it to pass. Storms always pass. This one would not. Then came the stones. Pumice fell like hail, 15 centimeters an hour, piling on rooftops until, one by one, the beams began to crack. People tied pillows over their heads with cloth and stumbled through the dark, a detail so strange it survived in an eyewitness letter for 2,000 years. At the harbor, a Roman admiral sailed toward the disaster to rescue survivors, straight into the falling stones. His nephew stayed behind and wrote down everything. By midnight, the darkness was total. Witnesses said it was not like a moonless night, but like a sealed room with the lamp put out. Lightning crackled inside the cloud. Just before dawn, the eruption column collapsed under its own weight, and an avalanche of burning gas and ash came down the mountain like a wave. Scientists call it a pyroclastic surge. Hotter than an oven, faster than any sprinter, it flows over walls and through windows like a liquid made of fire. And here is what changed everything we thought we knew. The people of Pompeii did not slowly suffocate under ash, as textbooks said for decades. New research shows the surge arrived at hundreds of degrees, and death came in less than a second. No pain, no suffering. Just a city stopped mid heartbeat like a paused film. By morning, Pompeii was gone, buried under 6 meters of ash. Within a few generations, even its name faded from memory. Grass grew over a city of thousands. For more than 16 centuries, farmers plowed above bakeries and theaters until diggers cutting a channel struck painted walls and the world remembered. Then, an archaeologist noticed hollow spaces in the hardened ash and had an idea. He poured plaster into the voids, and the people of Pompeii came back. A guard dog still on its chain, a family in a garden, a man shielding another. Not statues, the actual shapes of final moments kept by the ash. Walk Pompeii today, and the city feels paused, not dead. Cart ruts worn into stone, bar counters with jars still in place, frescoes bright after 20 centuries. The walls still talk, scratched into them. Love notes, jokes, complaints about a landlord, a boast that someone's bread was the best in town. And in 1862, excavators opened a bakery oven that had been sealed since that August morning. Inside sat 81 loaves of bread, carbonized, perfectly whole. You can still see the baker's stamp pressed into the crust, sharp enough to read after 2,000 years. A breakfast, waiting for customers who never came. Vesuvius is still alive. 3 million people live in its shadow today, and instruments watch it around the clock, listening for the day it wakes again. When it stirs, science will see it coming, days or weeks ahead. The people of Pompeii had everything we have except one thing. They didn't know what a volcano was. That is why Pompeii matters. Not as a graveyard, but as a time capsule. Nowhere else can you stand in an ordinary Tuesday from 2,000 years ago. Felix never finished his morning, but his loaves sit behind museum glass today. The empire fell. Rome crumbled. Breakfast survived. If history just came alive for you, subscribe to learn everything today. Next time, we go 3,000 more years back to the morning a man placed the final stone on the Great Pyramid.